City Hall in Greenville, I'm Communications Manager Leslie Fletcher. The distance between Greenville and Clemson University just got a lot shorter. This month, Greenlink began providing a new commuter service to connect Clemson's main campus with CU I-CAR. Greenlink's Clemson-Greenville connection uses two 30-passenger buses that are equipped with free Wi-Fi and bicycle racks and operates on the hour from 5:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. Clemson University students, faculty, and staff ride free with a university identification card, and the fare for passengers not affiliated with Clemson University is $3 each way. Soon, the new route will also service two stops in Easley, one near Town & Country Shopping Center and Lowe's, and one near Walmart at the Easley Town Center. In addition to the commuter route, Greenlink also offers a new campus connector from CU I-CAR using a smaller bus from 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. The connector service stops at Greenville Health System's Patewood campus, the University Center, Clemson at the Falls, Project 1, and the Greenlink Transfer Center. As with the commuter route, Clemson University students, faculty, and staff ride free. For all other passengers, the fare is $1.50 one way. According to Clemson officials, nearly 500 Clemson employees either live or work in Greenville, and nearly 1,000 students are enrolled at Clemson's instructional sites in Greenville. In addition, 2,500 students at Clemson list Greenville home addresses. Operating costs for the new service will be shared by Greenlink and Clemson. Clemson will fund its share of the service by reallocating dollars previously used to operate a number of small, independent shuttle services, and Greenlink will provide funding from local, state, and federal grant sources. For more information, visit ridegreenlink.com. Just this summer, Greenvillians launched an impressive campaign to win Outside Magazine's third annual contest to find America's best town. According to the magazine, Greenville was the popular vote winner as citizens bombed its Facebook page with 7,154 votes, the most votes received by any city. And while Greenville didn't win, we were in pretty impressive company. Greenville was included as one of the 18 cities that Outside Magazine considers perfect places to live, alongside winner Park City, Utah, as well as San Diego, Chicago, and Honolulu, just to name a few. Outside Magazine's editors describe Greenville as a small city that's alive with parks, leafy streets, bike paths, and a thriving foodie scene. They were also impressed with the hundreds of downtown events held in Greenville each year. The Greenville Zoo recently donated $40,000 to help fund field research projects in South Carolina and around the globe. The money was raised this past year through the zoo's Quarters for Conservation program and was donated to 4 projects. According to Dr. Heather Miller, the Greenville Zoo's Deputy Administrator for Animal Health, the zoo has collected over $100,000 for conservation efforts in the last 3 years through its Quarters for Conservation program.
So Quarters for Conservation is an exciting new program at the zoo. We started it in 2010. And what it does is it actually has a restricted fund that we at the zoo use especially for conservation and only for conservation. So what happens is when a guest comes to the zoo, 25 cents or a quarter of the admissions fee goes directly into this restricted account. And that money is then used for field conservation projects. This voting kiosk represents 4 field conservation projects every year that the zoo would like to support, and each project gets a designated amount of money based on the votes that the public gives it. So I'm standing in front of the voting kiosk here at the zoo, and as you can see, the kiosk has little coin acceptors, 2 acceptors per project, and when the public or our guests come in, they get a token every time they come in exchange for their admission fee. And they can put the token in any slot, and we have little counters that are associated with each project, and they count the tokens. So At the end of the year, each project gets the amount of money that the public decides it gets. So the more votes that this project here, Partners in Amphibian and Reptile Conservation, receives, then the more money that they get at the end of the year from the zoo.
In addition to funding from the general admission fee, the zoo also allocates $3 from each annual membership fee to the Conservation Fund. Each year, 50% of the funds collected through the program goes directly to the 4 projects. The remaining funds are used to support the Greenville Zoo Conservation Fund, which provides small grants to nonprofit organizations, individuals, and educational entities with shared interests in conservation and research. And a small percentage is set aside for on-site conservation, research, and administration. Zoo guests now have 4 new projects to cast their votes for. Descriptions of each of these projects are available on the zoo's website at greenvillezoo.com. Citywide elections will be held on November 5th for 2 city offices, an at-large seat on Greenville City Council and a seat on the Greenville Water Commission. Some of the municipal polling places have been relocated this year, so registered voters who are affected by a polling place change will be notified by the Greenville County Election Office. City residents can also use the Where's My House feature on the city's website to look up their address and find out where their polling place will be. In-person absentee voting for the November 5th elections will take place October 7th through November 4th from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday at County Square. For more information about absentee voting, contact the Voter Registration Office at 467-7250. Also, as a reminder, this will be the first municipal election since the state's voter ID law went into effect, so voters will be asked to show one of the following photo IDs at their polling place: a South Carolina driver's license, an ID card issued by the South Carolina Department of Motor Vehicles, a South Carolina voter registration card with photo, a federal military ID, or a U.S. passport. For more information about the voter ID law, visit the South Carolina Election Commission website at scvotes.org. And finally, as part of Fire Prevention Week, the Greenville Fire Department is joining forces with the National Fire Protection Association to remind local residents to prevent kitchen fires. Fire Prevention Week is October 6th through 12th, and during this year's fire safety campaign, fire departments all over the country will be spreading the word about the dangers of kitchen fires, most of which result from unattended cooking, and teaching local residents how to prevent kitchen fires from starting in the first place. According to the latest research by the National Fire Protection Association, cooking is the leading cause of home fires. 2 of every 5 home fires begin in the kitchen, more than any other place in the home. Cooking fires are also the leading cause of home fire-related injuries.
Oftentimes here in South Carolina, when a fire starts, most times it starts inside of your kitchen. And the problem is almost always when we speak with the resident or the homeowner, the first thing that they tell us is, "I only left the kitchen for a few minutes." Sadly, that's all it takes is for a few minutes for a fire to start. And so our hope is this week, during Fire Prevention Week, that we're able to show, instruct, and show the residents of Greenville, South Carolina, how to protect themselves in case of a kitchen fire.
Among the safety tips that firefighters and safety advocates will be emphasizing are: stay in the kitchen when you are frying, grilling, broiling, or boiling food. If you must leave the room, even for a short period of time, turn off the stove. When you are simmering, baking, or roasting food, check it regularly, stay in the home, and use a timer to remind you. If you have young children, use the stove's back burners whenever possible. Keep children and pets at least 3 feet away from the stove. When you cook, wear clothing with tight-fitting sleeves. Keep pot holders, oven mitts, wooden utensils, paper and plastic bags, towels, and anything else that can burn away from your stovetop. And finally, clean up food and grease from burners and stovetops. Fire Prevention Week is the longest running public health and safety observance on record, and was established to commemorate the Great Chicago Fire, which took place in 1871. On the 40th anniversary of the Great Chicago Fire, the Fire Marshals Association of North America, known today as the International Fire Marshals Association, decided that its anniversary would be observed every year in a way that would keep the public informed about the importance of fire prevention. For more information, visit firepreventionweek.org. We'll leave you this time with the sights and sounds from the TD Saturday Market. From City Hall in Greenville, I'm Leslie Fletcher.
And we have our Breville blender here with us this morning, and we're going to be doing 2 juice recipes.
Dublin, Milwaukee, Cleveland and Cork, Paris, Chicago, Alabama, New York.